Oh shit. I forgot. I start them all like this. I go, oh! This is MrRobot. He's 3,200, 3,270, almost 3,300 on Blizzard World. So let's give this a looky look. We'll keep it on HD. If we start getting some latency or lag or whatever, we'll cut it down. So Blizzard World, I enjoy the right side. The right side is fun for Junkrat. Okay, that's good. Okay. Okay, good. Yes, I was just about to say, with Junkrat's damage, you can burst through Maywall, especially now that it's at 400 health. Alright, good. Watching the flank. Get back in there. Alright. I'd re-put your trap down. Good shots. Okay, I think that was a fine. That seemed pretty decent. You got the Zen kill, you pressured the Genji, which forced him to get healed. Zen was already dead, so it forced their one healer to focus on Genji for a bit. You didn't do a little much after that, but that's fine. Okay, I like this. My only question is, that was going towards the upper walkway going into the building. I don't know if you knew anyone was there or not, but just make sure when you're shooting there, like, because if you don't want to shoot there, you want to shoot a ricochet off the wall to go down to the low ground. Just make sure when you're shooting somewhere, you have some sort of thought process behind it. I'd actually detonate that. Okay, she destroyed the wall immediately. Cool. They had a Widow, you didn't know where she was. Okay. I hear something walking close to you to your left. It's a Genji. Do it. Get him! Got him! Wait, is this pre-patch? I have to look at one of your shots now. Of course, the one time he's not shooting. Okay, Widow used hacks, so stay on the ground. Unless you know there's cover somewhere. Also move up your trap. If you're going to be here for a little bit. That's a tire. That'll work. That also worked. Ooh, that was looking like a good shot, man. So at this point, you killed their tank. They still got a Widow up. The May's gonna back up because she didn't heal for that long. You kind of have to suppress the Widow a little bit right now, I would say. So you probably... Okay, perfect. Just commit a little bit harder. I don't know if you backed off because you're afraid of what was in there. Watch to your right. Get the health pack. Get the health pack, cool. Most Genjis are gonna go up and over. That was a... Try to time it. You didn't time it properly. That happens. I just noticed a lot of your jumps you're not committing on. Fuck, you got him with that one. That was a pretty good one. Genji's to your left above you. Yeah, keep pressure on the exit. Well, it'll be Genji's exit, the rest of his team's entrance. That's a lot of ults. You get him with the passive. Okay, okay, okay. Okay. This is where you gotta back off and wait for your team. Because they're gonna come around the corner with the Genji Widow. Also, they have a Sombra. So, it's just very dangerous to be right here. Unless you're gonna trap this. Don't be afraid of just unleashing into Winston's bubble. Okay, you got the Genji. Retrap. Where's their Widow at? Okay. Perfect. That's a worthwhile trade. So at least you committed a little bit better there. The last couple jumps you've had, like, you looked like you wanted to go on top of the siege ship, or siege tank, and you just didn't. There's another one where you wanted to go on the middle platform, and you just didn't. I know some of these you're trying to minimize your time in the air because of the Widow. You need to hit the ground now. That Widow's why. Yeah. These timings in my head, this is dangerous. Okay. You got it. Alright, it's just the respawn timings. I've been playing Overwatch for so long that I know what it just feels like. Zoe, since it's been a bad season for us junk mains. I've seen some junk. I mean, there's what's his face? Jackals, the guy I've never seen on the ladder before, is getting some work done with Junkrat. But I think it's the more traditional DPS that's working right now, as in play Junkrat like you would McCree with Blank. I would actually put a trap. Oh, this is you're dead. Yeah. Way overcommitted. You had nothing with you. Your team's waiting for the cart. Yeah, this way overcommitted. I was gonna say just throw a trap on the lower part of the stairs. When I see it again, I'll show you. Jekyll's Old Blood. Yeah, I've never seen him. Everyone's always talking about him from YouTube, but I legit never saw him on the ladder ever. Like, he had hard times staying in Grandmaster, and all of a sudden he's like 4,400 now, and he's been there for a season. Get in that bubble. Okay. So whenever that happens, so an enemy Sombra ulted, and you saw one death already, I would kind of back out. I wouldn't use your ult. Normally, like, unless you're in a really pressured situation, chances are, like, the Sombra used her EMP well, and they're going to get a couple kills. There you go. That's a good spot to keep damage. Good job there. I think you were correct on this thought of going to the bottom right and coming up, but it doesn't matter. It's pretty moot. Okay. So that's a fine place for a trap. You need to get out of there. Okay, good.
My genius is finally recognized.
Worry about the cart. Okay. You're gonna be good. So, whenever you have a staircase, side profile, actually, just find it. I'll show you. I mean, it's pretty obvious once I say it. Right here would be like a place I would talk about, where you have the staircase here, and most people, they'll just walk over this way or something like that. The more high traffic area you get, the better. That one right there is not the best example. Where do you push up and die at? Here we go. Perfect. Right here. This is the spot I'm talking about. This one's really good for getting people. Because people will just drop this way, or they'll walk around this way, and this has a high chance. They can't see it. You put a concussive mine there. It's pretty easy to get him there. But here we are on your defense. Let me see where you put your trap at. Ah! Okay. Okay, so that's not a bad one. We skipped a little bit, but that's fine. Alright, at this point, I would actually take the risk and go for the Widow. Perfect. Now go back inside and hide. Get the health pack, just hide. This is real risky. You can't be doing this against good snipers. Oh, you can't be doing that against good snipers. Fucking, what are you doing? What are you doing? Come on. Look. You had an easy way out. I mean, you did go complete bonkers there, which I enjoy. You're like, fucking, if I don't know what's gonna happen, then how do they know what's gonna happen? Right here. This is a significantly better place for you to escape from. You can just walk there. And you got the small health pack down here as well, and you have the back door to get out, to get with your team again. Against good hit scans, and I would consider Hanzo a hit scan just for this purpose. Like, he's gonna get that. That's the one where I'm just like, alright, that was pretty crazy. Like, if you actually went deeper towards the point, and you, like, retreated more, I think that would have been good, but... just what you did was a little crazy. You meant to go to the point? Okay, that's what I figured. You can make shots there. Yeah, perfect. I don't think those will make it, but... Oh, no, they do! Sweet. Now this is a Junkrat-y spot. By those sandbags is another good trapping spot. I would back out. Whenever your team pushes up, sit back a little bit. And yeah, protect from shit like this. There we go. Perfect. You did what you could. Your team just moved up way too far. Like, you trapped the Winston when he was ulting. You get some damage out. It's fine. She grappled up top. Good shot. It's fucking probes. That was good. You heard her shooting your trap. He's gonna get trapped. You gotta save your team here. Remember, she can see you. That's way too far ahead. Okay, good. You're thinking a little too far ahead there. Okay, that's a very modest. Ooh, okay. All just unnecessarily risky. Perfect. You heard a hook? Yeah, you know, you're right. I think you just predicted wrong, that's all. Again, you're pushing up. Don't... You're gonna jump right into it. Okay. Alright. We need to relocate this trap. You guys are getting lucky. Decent shots there. She ate 2 of them in a row. Cool. Don't tire. Don't tire. I know that look. Did he go above you? Yeah. I mean, the thing is, with Junkrat, you do enough damage. She went up with the ice wall, right? Yeah. Trap right below you, yep. And then get the health back and peace out. At this point, don't worry about the Mei. Like, you have to worry about the rest of the team. Yeah. Yeah, as soon as Mei used her resources on you, just back out, especially when they got a couple kills. But the tire in the first place was just unnecessary. You do really good work when they're stuck in those choke points. You don't have to use a tire. You just want to keep that around again. Right? Don't expend a resource if you don't have to. Okay. Seems normal. Ashe is getting so much work done. And I would stay on the cart this time. Alright, someone's there. That was the Genji you trapped up there. At this point, you gotta kill someone or just get alt charge. Oh, or die to Bob. There you go. Hi, chat. You don't need that chat. They got a Genji and a Winston. That'll do. Grab the health back. And they've been pushing the whole time. Yeah, I mean, you played it pretty well. Yeah, just gotta tire anything. That Ashe, fucked the team up real bad. If you die to Bob, you don't give alt charge. That's true. But usually you try to get a concussive mine off and, 2 or 3 of them. Just try to gain some alt charge for yourself. Alright, let's see what you got here. So they got a full minute on you. Okay, that's a big pick. That Ashe is decent accuracy, but man, is she dumb. I guess it's low SR players, right? Trap? Oh, you lost 2. Back out? Oh! If you could finish, but finish that kill, that would have been really great. You still made it out, but you toast. Oh, okay, never mind. Sorry, time. You're right. 100% right on that one. I mean, overall, man, I think you're playing really well. Problem about doing this is now you have to get the hell out. Oh, no, you got a kill. Perfect. I'm always worried about really good hit scans, about dying in one shot there. Keep pressure on the shield. Keep pressure on the shield. Ah, that's it. Oh, maybe he still wins. Nope. Stops the video. We don't even get to see the loss. Okay, now for 10 seconds back and forth. Okay, thank you. So, overall, like, I think you're doing well. The big kicker is, pop up greedy tires. That and it's the same thing. It's here's the thing: you're pushing up with your team, and I always say, like, look, at a certain point in time, you got to do something stupid with your team rather than doing something smart alone. I get that, but Junkrat is long range, so if you can do your job from farther away, then do it. And that's kind of what we need to. I think what you need to focus on. There's that. And just safer play in general. The other big thing that I noticed you doing is, and I have to actually look at. I'd have to really see how I do this. But when you go around corners, it feels like you're going completely blind. Like, completely blind. Like at that last one there, you're hugging that corner, you're staying real close. Well, I would play back more. Either play behind a shield, or just play so far back that like they can't get an angle on me. But when you're playing on that point, let's just say, here's that wall. Right, here's Blizzard World. There's the dock. Here's the taller building, or the high ground that everyone sits on. Right, with the stairs. That little part right here that does, I don't know. Bam. Blizzard World, pretty much exactly as it is. You were sitting right here. Let me switch to blue. And you were popping around this corner really quickly. Which I get. I understand. But where I would normally sit is like either way back here. Oh, you can't see that. That can't be seen. I'll be way back here. There are staircases right here, and you can shoot up and over this way. It depends on how you're feeling with their hit scan, but you can actually be up here and using cover. Depending on which side their hit scan is, you can go on either side of that boat or whatever that prop is that's up here. You know, this way or this way. There's also just shooting out this way. The thing is, by playing back a little bit, you gain a lot more angles. The problem when you're here is you have one move, and that was the move you were doing. But I would try to, either attack the back lines, you can hit the boxes that are over here, use that. If you're over here flanking, you can hit these guys over here, and then retreat into your little hidey hole. Even if you played right here, at least you'd have options this way, and then you can go up and over and shoot off of stuff that way. It's just, the way I play, I usually try to keep open options of available to me. And if you play this limited, you're just removing yourself options. That's all. You think you're trying to farm tire quickly and get it off in 2 seconds. I get that, but even so, it is a superior tire spot to be that close, but you're going to be building your ult slower. So, it's a balance for competing demands, and I'm not saying what you did was wrong, but I'm just saying you're limiting your own options. So I would look for that. As a Junkrat, you got to keep your options available, just because without those, you're stuck in a straight up fight, and that's kind of the fight you want to not be in. As for, I think your axe here is fine. I think this is fine. Your positioning, again, a little, and this kind of goes with this, safer play. It was a little bit far forward for my likings, but again, some other Junkrats may prefer that. But I would prefer to stay back a little bit. Again, safer plays, make the enemy come to you, make them deal with your shit. Your longer range, you don't suffer fall off. If they come to you, you have a trap. Like, you have more abilities there. If they have abilities that they have to expend to get to you, shit, that's even a bigger win. So there's all that stuff going on. But those are the main things I see going on. Yeah, actually, safer play on offense. Yeah, you're just greedy on offense as well. Yeah. So that's all about. You got any questions, Robot? After seeing yourself, how do you not be as greedy? You can do your same job from farther away. That's basically it. I mean, there's 2 or 3 times where you jumped into them, or you ran towards them and then tired. When defending that first point, well, I guess it would be the second point, but you kept on jumping forward more and more and more. You can easily sit back and just pelt the choke points from where you're at. Again, create a visualization. You should kind of understand how the map is drawn without being able to see it. That, and when you do move forward, just make sure your steps are on sound footing. A lot of your moves forward were very... It's funny, because on offense, you actually weren't moving forward that quickly. Until the last point, in which case... you just kind of dove forward and died. Yeah, it's interesting. When you were attacking your first couple points, you were actually very slow and apprehensive. With your jumps, that is, with your movement. And then a couple times you just get overzealous and you kind of go straight in. And because you go straight in so fast that you don't really figure out where you're going to land and how you're going to land and what you're going to do when you get there. And so when you land, you kind of either die or you take a lot more fire than you're expecting. And you got to get the hell out of it. A lot of it's kind of expecting what's going to happen if you move forward. Like on that last point, I think it was around here. So you get 1 kill, but the enemy's going to put up resistance when you get up here, right? Because this is an advantage, a spot that gives you a significant advantage. There's the Winston, dealing with him. That's where you drop down, that works. Well, you're fine on this one. It's up here is where you go in. Oh no, sorry, this is the wrong one. Where's where you get your ass kicked? Like this move. You just gotta respect the enemy a little bit more. They're going to get shots off on you. And even if you just took the high ground... Were you on the high ground? Like, if you actually just stayed up here, and you threw traps and kept raining hell from them from up here, I think you would have been in a very good spot. Maybe it's just the knowledge or the being comfortable about being up here and landing your shots from this distance, and understanding you still have an effect on the game. Like, even from back here, from this far away, like, you can still get shots onto the point. You can still get shots in this choke point. You can go up and over here. That shot's going to be tough. It's not going to really go anywhere with the new bounce changes. But you can keep this choke point filled pretty easily. It's just knowing that you can do work from back here and force them either out this side, so they all have to go around here. And then with your team, you can go around here and then start fighting that. It's about understanding the steps to do what you want to do, instead of just like, I'll just attack them here, and you go here without the pre-work beforehand. If that makes sense. Does that make sense? Am I crazy? You're skipping some steps before you're doing some... The only difference between me doing something crazy and you doing something crazy is that I put in work. I put in pre-crazy work. Usually, when I do something fucking bonkers, because it's like, all right, this like 10% chance of working. I just got to do it for whatever reason. But normally, when I do something a little more risky, I have some more base to judge it on to get it done. Does that give you something to go off of? Like, I usually wrap this up with saying something you need to work. You like your proven craziest. Yeah, essentially, work on your steps before... If you have an idea, like, I get it that you jumped over here and you died. Right? Because you're like, everyone's sitting right over here, I just gotta go this way and I can fucking kill them all. I get that, but there's abilities, there's people that are gonna shoot you, there's all that stuff going on ahead of time. But if you kept on shooting this way, and you force them around this way, and make this option safer. In fact, it could be so safe with your team that you don't even have to go up and over. You can just walk with your team here and shoot that. Because let's say you got a kill there, would it have stunned anything? It's... yeah. Luna Boy, you're out of here. Alright, man. Good night. Peace. So yeah, just work on your steps. That's what I would have you work on. Because I think your accuracy is fine. And the steps building up to doing something else, I mean, that's basically game sense. Is that what I would justify that under? Like, understanding how this whole thing is going to play out before you do it, that's more or less game sense. So, how do you work on that? Just plan your steps better. And as you're planning your steps, just understand that sometimes a step goes crazy. Why? Because, well, you just didn't understand this step. Or you thought something was going to happen and something else happened. Stuff like that. So with that, if you have no more questions, we'll go to the next one. Do you have any questions, sir?